was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and mommy comes into my room, and she was like, Trina, I have to go to New York because I have to go to the hospital. I'm like, what do you mean you have to go to the hospital? She said, Vince is in the hospital.
Oh,
And I
Vince.
said, oh my God, is he okay? And mommy says, I'm not sure, but I have to go, and I have to go see about Tamar, and I have to go see about Ben. Ben became ill, and they had to put him in intensive care, and everybody was just overwhelmed about it.
I found out that Vince was in the hospital when Tamar called me. She called me and said, Tony, do you know any good cardiologists? And she was asking me that. She was very big. And then she gives me a call like an hour later and says, Tony, Vince is in the hospital.
Vince gonna be okay.
So exactly what happened to Vince?
The whole story is this. While he was in New York, he went to the doctor because he was having some chest pains. And the doctor wrote him a referral to go straight to the hospital. And they found out that he had a blood clot in his lung.
Oh my God.
And they think it's the same blood clot that was in his knee. Because that's a moving clot, which is dangerous.
Right.
Mommy has been telling him
He needs to go see
that he needs to go see the doctor. He needs to take care of that clot. He needs to take care of that knee.
Damn,
But,
Vince.
you know what? I'm just thankful that the doctor caught it. But it must have been bad for him to know.
Actually, yeah. She speak to Tamar? Yes. She's come back. As she should be.
She does.
I bet she
I
is
can't
good.
even imagine how I would feel if I were faced with this situation that she's in at all.
Tony just booked a flight to go to New York, and I just booked my flight.
Okay, good. Okay, cool. We are all going to New York to be with Tamar. She really needs to be around her family right now. Love you. Love you.
Hey, what's going on? Well, let's sit over here for a second. I need to fly out immediately, so I called.
His sorry
so
ass.
you can come over to watch the kids while I'm gone. I asked you to come because Vincent is in the hospital. It's really, really, really serious. Really serious. So, we're all gonna fly to New York. I was wondering if you could stay here temporarily while I'm gone to be
Hell
with the
yeah.
children. If it's okay.
With my kids, yeah, that's no problem.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Does anybody else stay here?
Are you trying to ask me if I'm seeing someone? I really find it odd.
Boy, shut
that
up,
Andre
shit.
is asking me about my dating instead of worrying about Vince. I think he's just kind of concerned about sex or something. Yeah, as soon as we all get there to New York and find out what's going on, I'll keep you abreast of what's going on with him.
Well, yeah, I'll pray for him, man. I'll
Jobless
everything will be right.
Well,
ass.
I pray that he will.
Can I have company?
In my house? Are you serious?
I'm just joking.
Go, Andre.
Yeah, that is a joke.
I'm just playing. So when you leaving?
In about a few hours.
Can I go see my kids now?
Absolutely. See you. Thank
Have a
you.
safe trip. All right.
I feel extremely confident and comfortable with Andre being there with his kids because he loves his kids. So of course he's gonna watch them. Don't snoop all in my drawers.
Girl, you ain't got shit in there. Shit. Ooh, that food look good.
Everybody, including Daddy and my brother Michael, decided to drop everything to go to New York to be there for Tamar and Vince. I think everyone was shocked that it was as serious as it was.
When I found out how serious Vincent's illness was, I immediately dropped all my plans, hopped on a plane, came straight to New York. I wanted to be there for Tamar and Vince.
We was just kicking it that day. And then that night, the doctor's like, he has a large blood clot in his lungs and he's going to be transported to ICU. The doctor told us he had a significant blood clot. He didn't tell us at that time that it was 4. You know, usually with a blood clot, they treat you with blood thinners or heavy blood thinners, and then you go home a couple days later. But Vince's blood clots, because there was so many, and there was so many in his legs as well, you know, they had to induce a coma to treat him. It's very scary.
But we are here, the family is here.
Vince's family's here, his sister
Yeah.
is great, his
Be
brothers
here
are
to
great,
support you.
and Tracy and Trina are on the way.
On
They'll be here.
the way, they will be here.
Tracy always gonna be there.
Look at Mike.
Michael's there.
Did you take off work, Michael?
You came on your lunch break.
Yeah.
All the way to New York.
Mikey gonna feed you? Ew.
Well, you ain't
What about your hands? First of all, they ashy, and then you need a manicure and no.
It's nice having Mikey here because he's a nurse. He's able to really break things down for us to let us know exactly what's going on with Vince.
So y'all were just sitting there at Gaga's thing at rehearsal?
No, we was actually going to go out to dinner,
Okay.
and I was getting dressed, and he was like, well, we're going to step out of the doctor's at 7:30. I was like, okay, cool. I'm just thinking his back was hurt. He diagnosed himself saying he had a muscle spasm. I was like, I'm just going to get shot and keep it moving. And after he got the shot, no matter what he's saying, he's like this. And at that point, I was very scared, and he was pretty calm.
Very good.
I think he was acting for me, but I can tell he was scared too. He was in a lot of pain. He couldn't stand, couldn't sit, couldn't move. He did nothing.
They didn't give him pain medicine?
Hardly.
Is it because they were trying to monitor it and see what it was?
I don't really know the answer to that. So I'm just still a little aggravated because I just felt like I watched him decline all the way to this point.
When I first arrived at the hospital and I saw Vincent, just to see him in the condition that he was in, the prognosis that the doctors had given didn't look good at all.
I bet it was bad, Daddy.
Vincent was virtually fighting for his life.
I think it was too many doctors coming in and out. Once you told one doctor, then another doctor came in, then another doctor came in.
So it's like Grey's Anatomy?
Worse. It's like Grey's Anatomy without a script.
That was a very devastating thing for Tamar. You know, one minute your husband is okay, the next minute he's in ICU. That was very difficult for her.
It seemed like he was fighting for each breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tamar's not taking it very well at all. She doesn't do well in family crisis.
Okay.
You know, she fuss and whoop whoop, but she's very sensitive inside, and she's very nervous for him because I think
It's
she
gonna be her way,
understands the severity
Tamar,
of this
good.
situation. Coming up on Braxton Family Values.
See him?